It's the new year, and yes, it's the time for new reviews and new rants on this channel. This might sound weird also, but this has to involve Nickelodeon. And now here's my Jeremy impression on the problems they have. Where the heck is SpongeBob? Why aren't you airing new episodes? It's 2015 and we still haven't had a new episode in years! How could you stop right after the 1 or 2 specials? Here's your answer. Because they're working on the second movie, known as the SpongeBob movie, Sponge Out of Water. Now, I've seen the trailer to this movie, and I'm going to see it also in February. But I really hope that this might bring the charm of SpongeBob back. Because, don't get me wrong, I still love the new episodes of SpongeBob, even though they're let go or some are pretty bad. But I'm not really going to talk much about the movie. I'm going to start talking about the other things that I was going to include. Like, I don't think SpongeBob is bad, or the seasons have gone downhill. I'm boycotting SpongeBob. I'm going to say something that might surprise all of you guys on YouTube, especially those ranters who have already done reviews or rants on it. Atlantis Squarepantis. Where do I begin? Now, first off, I want to say this episode was amazing. I liked the beginning with the Patchy segment. It was kind of funny to see Patchy stuck in traffic. And the guy in the back, I think, which was Paul Tibbets, was like staring at him when Patchy was talking to Potty on the phone, and then he told the guide saying, "Do you mind? I'm trying to talk to my parrot." And then you get this really funny expression from the guy, and it's pretty much kind of symbolizes what I normally do with people today. Normally when I talk to myself and stuff, or whenever Jeremy's on myself, when I just say, "Do you mind? I'm trying to talk to my ostrich." And you get the same reaction. And it was off to a really good start. And then the singing starts when SpongeBob and Patrick are blowing bubbles. And I just like the classic, because them blowing bubbles, it's like the classic season 1 to 3. It's really cool to have an episode start off like that, except the episode I'm not going to review, Bubble Troubles. Yeah, that was bad. It was only easy to take because I really loved hearing the characters sing, and knowing that characters are supposed to be used for humor, you get to hear their awesome singing talents too, because not a lot of cartoons know how to sing, and SpongeBob, although he has a girly voice, which is what I like, has a really good voice. Although, I can kind of accept the ways he sings, like in Christmas Who, Best Day Ever, and pretty much the Wanna Rock from the Spongebob SquarePants movie. He just has some really good singing voices. And it wasn't just him that was singing. It was also Sandy, Squidward, Mr. Krabs, Plankton, and Patrick. Yeah. I really didn't like the Mr. Krabs singing part. All he's doing is singing about money, money, followed by more money, and the money press, mountains of money, mountains of cash. Yeah, that was kind of disturbing. Moving on. If you guys are asking about why I skipped some of the parts of the episode, I'm just saying that because I enjoy those parts. But if you guys want me to still say it, then fine. It's when they land in this cave and they find this amulet of Atlantis, and then they go to the Bikini Bottom Museum, and then they find Squidward there, and he's surprised that those two found a missing piece to it. Now, I'm just trying to wonder, if the promo or the game has SpongeBob connecting the amulet together, why does it show Squidward doing that? It doesn't make any sense. However, it was kind of made up for because I kind of laughed when I found out that the magic route to Atlantis was a van. That was funny to watch. And it needed music as fuel to help them get there. The more you sing, the closer to Atlantis you will get. That's a clever setup. and then you get the whole cast singing songs. And I used to watch it on reruns, so I just love to sing along, especially Patrick's. I'm Patrick, and I like, I don't know what I like. Now that is funny. I don't have a problem with Patrick's stupidity. It's still the same, although it is kind of bad at times. But in Atlantis Squarepantis, it was funny. And let's not mention the Lord Royal Highness, or whatever the guy's name was, does the tour. I know a lot of people are saying that Atlantis is a forgotten city and that tourists aren't supposed to be there. Maybe they live close to Atlantis. Maybe they're fellow people there. I don't follow the sense of continuity in the episode. I just enjoyed what I saw. Except the parts where it has plankton in it. I really didn't like parts concerning plankton, because all he was talking about was like world domination and even the weapons and all that stuff. So yeah, no points for plankton there. Then came that part with the arcade thingy, which was mission starts when all of them go into the arcade game. I like the 8-bit animation in that. It was actually really cool. I think this was the first time in forever I've seen 8-bit animation in SpongeBob. I may be wrong, but it just looks like a game from the 80s or 90s. Also, Sandy's song was actually really good, especially Squidward's when he went to the Hall of Art. I was really waiting for SpongeBob and Patrick to finally see the bubble, and the next thing I know, they're finally there, and I kind of like the parts where they're just looking at it, and then it almost topples over and they save it. And, let's not forget the part where Patrick took a picture of the bubble, and then it just disappears, and then SpongeBob's like, Patrick, did you hear something? Was it some sort of a popping sound? And then the face expression they make, it's just funny, although I don't like it when their skin falls off. That is creepy. It doesn't last too long. So moving on, we get this climax battle thingy that comes right after Patrick takes a picture of the real bubble, which angers the Lord Royal Highness, and then has royal guards attack them. And then the battle was actually really good, but then I got interrupted by Plankton. I'm like, come on, Plankton, when will you ever stop? We get another Patchy segment. And this one, back in Encino, was the funniest. And I have to say, I laughed a lot when I saw this part, especially the one where he was hallucinating, and then you got this guy in a SpongeBob costume, which is a really weird hallucination, but it works. And then the potty shows up, and then gives Patchy a sandwich after he wakes up. I have to say, this line was the funniest thing ever in Patchy history. Potty, you know I don't like mayo! That is funny. And then the vulture is staring at him, and Patchy wants to give him the thing and just avoid the mayo. Then we cut back to Plankton, who was about to obliterate SpongeBob and his friends, and then I was just scared, thinking that, could this be the end of SpongeBob? But no. It seems that Plankton's breath tasted like ice cream, and then Plankton's like, it shoots ice cream! Overpriced dairy-making machine! Now that was funny. That's a defeat that I actually liked in SpongeBob. They used him as a new tourist attraction thingy. And, the no-flash photography thing, that was funny too. And also the way back home, they sing to get back there. Of course, they're still in the van. And, yeah, I liked the musical. It was actually really good. And then the Patchy parts again. Then, all of a sudden, aliens appear, and then they say that someone was messing around with the Shrinkatron, and then we get this weird Wizard of Oz reference, then there's no place like home, and then the alien switches everything back to normal. With Encino, okay, back to normal, but Potty is ginormous, and then it says, Bark! And then a giant foot just crashes into the house and then hits Patchy. That was funny. And we get SpongeBob laughing in the background, so yeah, that was actually really funny to watch. I don't know if a lot of you people think that Atlantis Squarepantis is actually a really good episode, but it is, and it worked. And I don't care if the video game sold a lot of money, the movie worked. It was an interesting half-hour movie that had great songs, good animation, especially 8-bit animation, and it made sense, not following its continuity, but creativity. And I think that was one of the best specials of Season 5 that I have seen in almost a decade. I'll be moving on to Part 2, which is Truth or Square, but that's going to be for a separate video. And I won't be reviewing Sponge Out of Water until I see the movie. But I can guarantee you that it's going to be good. Know how I know? Because I heard that the original creator, Steven Hillenburg, said that he was going to help Paul Tibbitt work on this movie, so we might get a little bit of the classics back in there. I did see the sneak peek, so it was part of the SpongeBob marathon. I saw the sneak peek, it was fine, but there was cutting out a lot of the parts that weren't actually in the actual movie. They're just cutting them for time. I don't know, it just didn't make sense. But I know that's not how the movie starts up. It's just them with the cheap airtime stuff because it's a SpongeBob marathon. But they're just trying to do that in a way because I've seen so many commercials on various just channels. So that's pretty much my review. So, bye.